So welcome back, Magic Maker, to You Are the Magic, the podcast, where we are exploring magical you. Last season, we were playing with earth element and what the earth element can give us around our grounding and our earthbound lessons. And now we shift, like that winds of change, to a whole new element, a whole new season, inspired by air. Now, air is change, communication, opening up to possibilities, your intuition, your magical mindset. All of this is going to be shared this season. I'm going to be sharing with you some solo episodes which are inspired by the air element. They're actually going to be about the evolution of you. Because this is what I also think the air element is giving us, this invitation to being with the change, being with the wind and allowing the change. And because it's about intuition and communication, it's also this invitation into the story of you. Often that story that we have about ourselves is inviting change, but are we allowing it? I have recently had a big change in my story, in the story I tell myself. And I am so inspired to share about this evolution of self, working with the air element. So that's coming up in the episodes with me. And I'm also going to be merrily met in our magical playground here with You Are the Magic by 4 amazing women who are going to be sharing their gifts and insights with us. These are women who, they're in their big life, they're making the magic happen, and they're coming to share that with us. We're going to be met by Tosca. Tosca's an expert in what's going on in that mind of yours. Are you being your best friend? Or is the inner critic taken up too much space? We're going to be talking with Tosca about that. We're also going to be met by Jill. Jill is an amazing woman with a very sharp brain who just recently, through connecting with me, has started to open up to her amazing mind also being magical, and has started to really anchor in and work with her intuition. So Jill's going to come and talk about that opening, that change for her. And I'm telling you now, things have changed in response. We're also going to be met by Brains. Now, she's Brains to me, but she is Dr. Sheree Carney. And she is a very dear friend of mine who we call her Brains because she's a neuroscientist. And she has literally for decades been studying the brain. And air as an element is so much about our mind, our mental thinking, our mindset. So much about that. And I cannot wait for Brains to come and share her magic because it's vast. And we're also going to be met by Ali, a new magical playmate, which I'm absolutely delighted to connect to. Ali is going to be talking about communication, but not in words. Ali is a sound healer. So Ali's going to come and share with us around sound and communication through vibration. I mean, look how much we have coming up. And it's season 3. So I've kind of like anchored and settled into You Are the Magic. Where is the magic in You Are the Magic? How are we growing up now that we're in season 3? And what is very clear to me is stories, more stories. I am a natural teacher. I love to teach. And I teach inside the Big Life Magic Makers, inside the virtual community. That's where I have the mastery classes. That's where we gather for the moon and all of the other events, the book club. Oh, so much teaching and connecting and communicating with the amazing women in this community happens inside the Big Life Magic Makers. And I realized You Are the Magic is a place that can be for one of my other love affairs, which is storytelling. I love stories. And so I'm also moving into the change of You Are the Magic being more story-based, because stories, they light us up completely. They open up our possibilities. Stories is actually how we learn, so I'm kind of still being a teacher. But inviting these stories of my own around my evolution of self, around what the air element has taught me or gifted me, and inviting the guest to share through story, with the hope that it inspires the story within you. For the whole air season is about the evolution of you, the story of you. So just allowing that wind of change to blow on through, because maybe by the end of the season, the story you're telling about yourself could be very different, if that's what you desire. So I'm just going to share a little teaser story now. And I say teaser story because I am actually going to tease you with this story, because in a future episode, I'm going to go into the full glorious detail. But I just wanted to invite this for our season 3 air season opening teaser. It's a story that is actually still vibrating in me now. We are just past the new moon, and this story began in its fullness at the full moon before our new moon solar eclipse in early April 2024, which is where we are right now. A week ago today, on the 3rd of April, I met the 11th death day of my son, Sage Joseph Driscoll. Sage was earthbound and with me and us all for 10 years and 11 months, which meant the 11th death day on the 3rd of April 2024 was a new threshold. Gone longer than you were ever here. And as I'm moving towards this death day anniversary, I don't know what to expect. I've already survived 10 death days, so I know that they're all different. But this one feels different again. And as I'm moving towards it, all I hear is, I'm okay. I'm okay. It's okay. And so I allow myself to be okay. I let go of any expectation around what the day must be. I let go of holding on to a story that this day must be painful. And I just open up to what's possible if I anchor into what I am actually receiving in my heart, through my intuition, through my sense of everything moving towards this day. And it is, I'm okay. I'm okay. So I woke up on the 3rd of April and I was okay. And I moved into my day. I went walking along the beach. That's what I do most days in the morning. I went to go and buy a doubles, which is this delicious street food here in Tobago that people eat most often for breakfast. Absolutely delicious. And I got myself some nurturing, delicious doubles. And I went to the sheep farm to feed the sheep and gather the water in the buckets. And I just moved throughout being okay. And there was a sense of heaviness as I was moving, but as I moved into, breathing into I'm okay, the heaviness began to lift. I'm standing in the sheep farm and I take this deep breath, the stop, pause, breathe. And the I am okay deepens into this present moment, Debra. The magic is here. You are okay in this present moment. You don't need to be back in the past. We don't need to trip forward into the future. In this moment, breathe it in now. You are okay. And then I realised I've been listening to this song, Breathe In Now, by this Australian band, George. And in the song, they literally sing, I just want to know that you're okay. And this is so amazing to me because in the year after Sage died, through meditation and through some dreams, Sage would say to me, Mum, I am okay. You be okay now. And I could hear that years ago, but I didn't actually feel okay. And here I am standing in the sheep farm and I'm okay. And I allowed myself to be okay. I allowed that change to actually come into every cell of my being. And I affirmed it, I am actually okay. And I knew that there was more in this that was coming. And I also knew that there's no forcing. There's just allowing. I can just move into being okay. And the day was more than okay. The day actually had so much love and laughter and unexpected delights. And this feeling of I'm okay and this opening, just breathe into the present moment. Breathe into the life you have now, where you walk the beach, where you eat delicious doubles, where you tend to your sheep. You're okay, Debra. And 3 days later, I breathe in and it drops. More than I am okay. What drops in is the next layer of the evolution of me, the next layer of my story that I've actually been working on for about 2 years. I've been working this change of this evolution of me. And there it is in my lap. It has arrived in my allowing of the change. The whole new story, the evolution of me is sitting with me, and I can feel it anchoring into my heart at the same time as like cracking my heart space open. It was quite exquisite, I must say. And now, days later, beyond the new moon eclipse, I continue to open up to this new story, to allow this change, to not go into the resistance of wanting to be in the past or in the future, but just to breathe in now. Oh, I am more than okay. I am in the early steps of a brand new story. The evolution of me is real, anchored right now. And it inspires me to share more about this in this season. What have I been doing in the last 2 years to move through this evolution? What are those stories? What did I receive on the Saturday, 2 days before our new moon, 3 days after the death day, when it anchored in that one breath? All of that is coming up this season. Told you I was going to tease you and not tell you what actually happened, but the evolution of me, you, us all, and your magic is the invitation of season 3, our air season on You Are the Magic. Breathe in with me now, for we are only just beginning, inviting the winds of change, our magical mindset, connection to our intuition, and that moment when you breathe in and affirm to yourself, that's right, it's me, I am. I am the magic. Because it's true, my friend. It is you. You are the magic, and I look forward to seeing how your magic evolves this season with You Are the Magic with me, your host, Deb D. Big love.